Disclaimer: I do not own the Haikyuu characters that are to be used in this story. Photos or covers were picked from Google. Credits to the owner.
Days passed by, and Kei got situated in Summerland. He helped Shoyo with his usual activity throughout the day. He also learned how to concoct some potions for Hitoka's shop. But his favorite part of the day was staying at the library. I was getting a little bored reading some literature books. It was a typical day here in the library. I closed the current book that I was reading and head to its shelf to return it. After I returned the book, I remembered the book that I was about to read a few days ago. I head to the fantasy section and look for the book with the title, In Between. When I found the book, I took it and sat on the floor. It is just a thin book, unlike the usual novels that I've read. I think I can finish this in one sitting. I opened it and started reading. It only has the author's initials. Have you heard about the boundary of life and death? The place that no one can step foot in it unless the gods allow it. In the human realm, it was called the in-between, but in the spiritual realm, it has a different name. Weird. How come the author knows about the human realm? I thought to myself as I continued to read. Its name may differ, depending on the soul, who is bound to step foot in this realm. The realm in between life and death is a vast space where the soul who died in the human realm has been punished by the gods settled in. Punished. I was weirded out about this book, but I was so invested in it that I continue reading. Few people from the human realm were able to set foot on this place, which was given a task by the gods. Each person has a different task. It might be to forgive and forget, or to save and to be saved, and so on. Let me share with you one of the stories that I've known who was bound in this place. I met her during my high school. Her name is Himawari. Everyone knew her as the sunshine of the class. A very jolly person who can think of all of the positive ways in any situation, not to mention her yellowish-orange hair that is almost the same shade as the sun. I chuckled. I suddenly thought of Shoyo in that description. She's also lovely that almost all of the boys confessed to her, even me. I was glad that she chose me over other cool boys in our school. We had a happy life back then. We got married, had a child. She still has her jolly personality and all where our son took his personality. He is a mini version of Hima. But as everyone knows, sometimes the happiest people you know are the saddest people you ever meet. It happened so fast. Himawari was crossing the road when a truck hit her, causing her to lose her life. Everyone thought it was an accident, not until I saw her diary. As I read her diary, I was conflicted. It was dated during high school. She kept saying she was alone. How come she's always alone? I'm with her, she has a nice family. She never got bullied, she has lots of friends. And she is always happy. Those were my thoughts while reading her diary. It was so depressing. The next entry that I've read is when we had our child. That was the first time that I'd read something happy in her diary. She was happy to have me in her life and our child. But then again, the sadness that she felt still lingered within her. When I reached the last page of the diary, that's when my tears started to fall. It was planned. I paused. It's like I've seen this before. When I turned to the next page, it was torn. What? I shouted. Kei, Shoyo called out when he heard my shout. Sorry, I said. He walked towards me and asked, what are you reading that you are so invested in? He paused on what he was saying, and so I looked at him. He was terrified. Sho, are you okay? I worriedly asked. Yeah. What are you reading? He stuttered. In between. Unfortunately, some of its pages were torn, I said. Oh, sorry about that. Maybe some people borrowed it and ripped it, he said. Yeah, I guess. I stood up and returned the book to its shelf. Are you done? Yeah, let's head home, he said. We locked the library and walked home. It was a comfortable silence. The only sound that can be heard is our footsteps and some crickets. There will be a festival in the city this coming weekend. Would you like to go? Shoyo asked. I looked at him and asked, do you want me to? He eagerly nods. It will be a date then, I smirked. He blushed and mumbled under his breath, still flirty as ever. I stopped walking when I heard his comment. What did you say? He was surprised by my sudden question. Nothing. Come on, walk faster. I'm starving. I stared at Shoyo's back as he walked faster. I heard it right. He said that I was flirty as ever, or it is just my imagination. I thought. When I noticed that Shoyo was farther from me, I called him out, "Hey! Wait for me, you're too slow, K." He giggled.
To be continued. If you like this video, consider subscribing by clicking the subscribe button. Bye!